You have arrived at the K.O.E. Nation. Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a very long time coming spirits review. In fact, you could say this spirit has been waiting to be reviewed for 12 full years, folks. Glen Moray, 12-year Scotch. Hosting that one for a while. So, folks, welcome to the K.O.E. Nation. Folks, you can, of course, find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and now Twitter as well. And I am joined this evening for this Glen Moray Spirits Review with the one, the only...
the bourbon barrel finish, the quadruple distilled, and the 15-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, which is ironically my favorite age statement when it comes typically to Scotch. But tonight, we're getting into a 12. I'm Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Do yourself a favor. You don't want to miss this because this is one that I'm actually pretty excited about, considering everything else you see sitting here. Spoiler alert, pulling behind the curtain. We just got done reviewing the entire Glen Moray cask finish.
Business team.
I did. The whole cask finish line. I said, you know, it's only fitting that we kind of go to the source material, but just a little bit more special. I've got a sampler bottle of the Glen Moray 12-year single malt Scotch. Now, I don't know the age statement, what they use as the base Scotch for the cask finish. I'm assuming probably... let's be honest, what, 6 to 8?
Probably being a little optimistic.
Okay.
Probably about 4.
4 to 7, maybe. This,
4
on the other hand, I have had the 12-year. I really, really, really enjoy this. This has no cask finish. This is just straight 12-year single malt Scotch. So you're taking all this, removing the cask finish, and aging it to a really nice age state. A very respectable and typically going to be your base entry into single malt scotches is a 12-year.
Yep.
You can find an 8 or a 10, but typically it's looking at this, 12 years. So it's only fitting that we do this. Now this is, of course, 40% ABV, 80 proof. Nothing crazy about that, but you're probably going to be looking at about...
Elgin Heritage, not a classic.
Okay. It says Elgin Classic on all the cask finish bottles. That's the joke.
Okay.
So what would you say you're going to find that at? I've seen it as low as 35. I've seen that go for as high as 60. The Glen Moray 12-year. It's very sporadic in pricing.
Fascinating. Well, let's
for
see.
For $7.50 to
if it's worth all that, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. Now, let's listen to that cork.
I'm like cracking back in the morning.
Marvelous, marvelous. Yes, please.
Careful. Don't want to overpour.
Yeah.
It's all gone then.
Now you can see the color. Very, very reminiscent of Scotch because it's clear. 40%. It's not going to be dark. Has really nice thick legs, though. I'm gonna have a very oily palate, I have a feeling. I haven't had this for a while.
Peppery on the nose.
Oh, yeah. It is. It is like
light, but peppery.
A cracked pepper, yeah. Which we really got a lot
beef
of
jerky
with the sherry cask. And you know what? Actually, now that you say beef jerky, sherry cask again.
Yeah, getting cracked. This is very meaty.
It is.
See if I like it. Because in the past, I have not liked meaty whiskeys.
I'm not usually a fan either, and especially if it comes to wine, but there's no wine here, so here we go.
Yeah, that's grain and tobacco.
Oh, very grain heavy. Wow, that's grain heavy.
But tobacco, too.
Yeah.
Not like chewing tobacco, but like if you were chewing on a cigar in the middle of your tongue.
Yeah. I'll be frank. When I think like, well, you say that, I'm thinking of the Dalmore cigar mouth. But I'm not in terms of what this tastes like. But when you first told me that the Dalmore had a cigar malt,
It's kind of what you thought it was going to taste.
This is kind of what I expected it to be like. Yeah, chewing on a cigar, that flavor on your palate. That's here.
Now we know why they only do 10% Cabernet on that.
The pepper is really diluted in terms of on the palate, what you get on the nose, but it's still there.
Well, T,
I don't get that beef jerky flavor. There's a lot more sweetness the second tasting.
To me, it's just all like thick Nicaraguan tobacco.
I'm trying to figure out
Eagle Rare cigar.
Okay. The sweetness I'm getting, it's not a honey. This is a Speyside. You'd assume honey, but it's not. It's more of a... There's a fruit I don't know the name of. I had it...
Snozberry.
No. I had it on my honeymoon in Jamaica, and it's long, it's white, and it's very... I don't want to say styrofoamy. I don't know what it is.
Coke?
Yep, that's it.
So,
yeah, I don't know. It was always on my plate when we go to the breakfast. They give you a little plate of fruit, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Yeah, on a mare. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm on a honeymoon. I'm going to give it a shot. And you chew it. I'm like, that's really sweet. It's nice, but it's dry. You didn't really eat it. You just kind of chewed on it and took the flavor in. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, but I don't know what it is. But there is a sweetness there. It's had more time to breathe. Give it one more shot. See, for me, that tobacco-y flavor really has dissipated quite a bit. I'm getting more of the sweetness.
Very bitter cocoa. No sugar is there.
I'm getting a lot of sugar. Like, I'm thinking like simple syrup. Yeah.
I'm doing the office look at the camera like, can you believe this guy?
I'm getting a lot more sweetness on this.
I'm getting no sweetness, but all of the bitter flavors are expressing themselves fully.
This is one. Yeah, now I remember why I enjoyed this, because this is getting more and more and more drinkable the more I go into it. So, yeah, I can see why I liked this one the first time I had it. This is gonna be a hard sell for you, I know.
Well, no, it's just so all over the board that we just as well get into the grading. And for those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So, Tony, we're going to grade this as a single malt Scotch.
Yes.
As a Scotch. As a whiskey. It's shelving. And for those new to the show, secret 5th question. I think it's called the hook. In Hollywood, they call that a hook, right? Totally got it. So, all right, Tony. As a single malt Scotch.
As a single malt Scotch, it is a 12-year. Again, it's very drinkable. I really enjoyed this one. It's not as impressive as the last time I had it, but I do like it. So I'm going to give it a 3.
I'm going to be all over the place.
Yeah, that's fair.
As a single malt Scotch, I'm going to give it 3.75.
Wow. That's way more than I expected. I think we're going to be flip-flopped on these.
There's a reason. It's because very rarely can you find a whiskey that can express the full range of flavors in the bitter spectrum, but also unlock a flavor that isn't really described very much, but acrid. And so, like, I was even getting some hints of acrid in there,
Okay.
so that was why, like, just as a whiskey journey stop, 3.75.
All right, you've sold me, so I'm going to move to 3.25. That does work, so that would give it an average of 3.5.
Alrighty. Now, as a Scotch.
Yeah, I think I get what you're thinking now, and as a Scotch, this is not nearly as impressive, even for a 12-year with no cask finish. This is going to be... A lot of people are going to have an entry to Scotch, much like I had. Glenlivet 12. Is this comparable to that? Yes and no. In terms of it's a Speyside and it's 12-year, yes. In terms of flavor, no. This is going to have more of a flavor for someone who's a little more seasoned, but not expecting high dollar Scotch, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2 stars. Scotch.
I'm going to go 2.5 as a Scotch.
Okay. As a whiskey. Just going to go ahead and keep it 2 stars.
No.
Actually, no. 1.75.
No.
Because what can you cocktail with this?
Oh, no, this would be fine as a base Scotch for a Scotch cocktail. It's not going to be super sweet, but it doesn't have to be. Because there's a lot of peated Scotch.
You talked me back to 2.
I'm gonna stick with 2.5.
Okay.
As a whiskey.
Now, in terms of its shelving,
I
can't justify putting this on my shelf. I'm sorry.
I wish I could, but I can't. You're right. Bottom shelf Scotch.
The secret 5th question in this bottle, this mighty bottle, Tony. I mean,
if it were a 750, let's pretend, because that's what these are.
When it runs empty, will you seek another one?
If it were a 750, no, I would not seek that again, because they have a 15-year expression that I've seen multiple times. I've never pulled the trigger on, and now that I've had this for the 2nd time in my life, I understand what it is, I know what it is, and I can appreciate what it is, but I'm the 15-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. I've made it very clear over the years, many a time, 15-year is kind of the perfect age expression, not just for Scotch, but most whiskeys. I'm going to be looking for that 15-year Glen Moray.
Okay. I'm not.
I didn't figure.
I'm not going to be looking for this, the 15-year or 18-year expressions.
I didn't figure. You're probably pretty much done with Glen Moray unless it's that one.
Well, if I find like an 18-year, an interesting expression that's higher in age statement, I'll definitely jump on.
Okay.
But yeah, I think for now, Glen Moray, this has been a great look into everything that you have to offer. So, folks, and there's the blend of all of it.
So I've got 4 cask expressions plus some 12-year. Yeah. Oh.
Previously, you gave the grade a C. What do you give it now?
C-. It started off really good, and then it turned into Johnny Walker Red.
So, folks, as I'm noticing around here,
didn't expect that.
All that being said, thank you for joining us here at the K.O.E. Nation for this very special, long-time coming review of Glen Moray 12-year single malt Scotch whiskey. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes it a podcast hour. You can, of course, find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and now Twitter as well, folks. I hope all of you make it back here to the K.O.E. Nation happy, healthy, much the wiser. God bless every last one of you. Travel well.
And I am Tony fucking G. Thanks for joining us. 12-year Glen Moray. Not bad. Maybe not a beginner. Maybe not what you'd be looking for, but what you come here for, the honest reviews, and that's what you get. So we will catch you on the next.